Hi again, YouTubers. So this is going to be an overview of blushes, powder blushes, not cream blushes. I think I'll try and do a separate one on like cream / liquid blushes. I have quite a few different types, but I just want to touch briefly on all of them so you can know a little bit about what I have, what I use, and what my thoughts are. Now, one of the most common blushes that I have and I use are my MAC blushes. The majority of my MAC blushes, sorry, my eyes are itching today. And if you hear dripping, it's raining outside and it's just that slow drip you hear. I have a roof deck right here and it always hits right there and you hear it a little bit louder. Sorry, totally off topic. The most common blushes that I use are my MAC blushes, and the primary ones that I have are in palettes like this. This is my pink blush palette. MAC blushes are probably one of my favorite blushes. I feel as if they have the most pigmentation, they have a great color line, they're not overly pricey. They're not as inexpensive as a drugstore one, but they're not as expensive as some of the other brands out there. I don't think I have one single regular blush from MAC. Oh, I do, but it's in special edition packaging. This is usually, now the packaging is usually black, but this is what the packaging usually looks like that they come in. They are 0.021 ounces, I'm not even, or 6 grams. That might be helpful. This is what they normally look like. They're normally in black packaging. And I really like them. I will say that Dolly Mix lately, I don't have it on today, but this has been one of my absolute favorites lately. It's just a nice flush. But I think that MAC blushes are really great blushes if you're looking for that middle of the road price range and really great pigmentation and great, honestly, color selection. MAC also has another series kind of blushes that look like this, and this is actually what the packaging would look like on a normal blush. But this is a mineralized blush, which actually, and my dome might be gone, they usually have like a slight dome to them, kind of like a mineralized skin finish. They have more of a sheen. This is the color Dainty. This is actually what I have on today. It doesn't look like much on screen, but it just has a really pretty flush to it. I like these blushes, but one thing to keep in mind about these is because they're mineralized blushes and they have a shimmer to them, it can cause your pores to be a little bit more noticeable. However, if you're normally somebody that does a blush and a highlighter, this is a great mix in between because it kind of gives you that same highlight on your cheekbone, but the color as well. So I really like those. The next one that I'm going to talk about that you will see the most commonly people having a lot of are Benefit's Box Blushes, and this is the color Coralista. This is what it looks like. They come in a cardboard box. I think now it actually flips up and has a mirror up here. And they come with these little brushes that I don't think anybody really uses. They are, doesn't say how big they are. They smell great though. They have really nice pigmentation and a decent color range. I think there's probably about 6 of them now. Coralista is the closest one that I have seen to NARS's Orgasm, which is kind of a all-time rave. Everybody says it's like the all-time favorite blush or, you know, most used blush. Now, the Benefit box sets are a little bit more expensive than a MAC blush, to give you an idea. The next one is NARS blushes. This is what the packaging looks like, and I hate their packaging. It gets dirty, it looks disgusting. This is my personal favorite color. I do own Orgasm. That's what it looks like. It's a peachy pink with a little bit of a sheen to it. Kind of reminds me of Dainty, actually. Now, I don't know if it does on, but this is my favorite color. It's called Outlaw. I absolutely love this color. Now, NARS blushes are fairly expensive, so keep that in mind if you're looking at price points. But the colors are great. They stay really, really well, and they give you a really nice color without using a lot of the product, so it'll actually last you longer. So the next one I'm going to talk about, I've had this one forever and I kept it just to do reviews and it's so old and needs to be thrown away. This is by Clinique and this is so bad. This is one of my favorite colors though. I don't even know if they make it anymore. It's called Mocha Pink and I really liked this blush. I thought it doesn't look like much in the pan, but it gives a nice flush to your skin, gives you a nice brightness. Has good pigmentation, and they are a fairly inexpensive blush as well in comparison to some of them out there. This is more along the lines of a MAC blush as far as price goes, but good pigmentation to them. Another one that is a favorite of mine, and I have trouble finding them now, but I have a backup of this one particular color, is Cargo Blushes. This is what their containers look like. I actually really like their little tins. And the product inside, this is a color called Tonga, and it is one of my favorite blushes. And people have a love-hate with it. Either people love it or they hate it. I personally love it. It looks good on my skin tone. It gives a nice flush to the skin without looking, sorry, I have the hiccups, without looking too pink or without looking to peach. It's just a great color. I just personally really love that product. Cargo's hard to find now. The next one I'm going to talk about is from The Balm, and it is Hot Mama. Oh, by the way, Cargo blushes are very well pigmented as well and have nice staying power. This is in the color Hot Mama. This is what it looks like. I tried to pick ones that are kind of along the same color range so that you can see just how they compare in the containers. The boxing is like a cardboard as well. It does have a mirror on one side. I use this one. This one doesn't have as much pigmentation to me, and it has a lot of fallout. It tends to work better for me as just a highlighter. It doesn't, and it depends on your skin tone. Again, if you were lighter skin tone, this would probably be a beautiful blush. But for me, it just doesn't have that color payoff that some of these other products do. Next one I'm going to talk about is Bloom Cosmetics, and it's a powder blush in the color Rosebud. This is what their container looks like. You can get this at Ulta. I have trouble always opening these though. It's kind of funny. This is what it looks like. It actually looks much more brown peach on screen. It is actually very similar in container, a little bit more peach to it. Yeah, a lot more peach to it, but camera's picking it up slightly different. This is a really pretty color. Gosh, it looks so brown. It is not that brown. It is much more peach colored in person. So it's just the lighting, I think, because it's a rainy day. But it has a nice sheen to it. It has pretty color. Again, not as much pigmentation as some of the others. So to me, if they don't have as much pigmentation, I don't find them to be as cost effective as some of the others. You might spend more on the others, but because they have more pigmentation, they're going to last you longer. The next one I'm going to talk about is Smashbox, and it's a blush rush, and this is in the color Radiance. Now this looks scary, but it's the only color that I have from their line, so that's why I'm showing this one versus a color that's similar. This color, it's a beautiful, beautiful color. The container is really cute. Which way does this go? It opens up, there we go. Has a mirror in the bottom. It's kind of cute. This is something that you want to use very light-handedly. It's great for the apples of the cheek, and it is not as scary on as it looks right here. Next one will be, sorry if I'm going through kind of quick. Oh, these stay very well. Great pigmentation. That's why you have to use very light hand or like a stippling type brush. What is this? This is a tapered dual fiber brush. Something like that is great with a blush like this because it is so pigmented. And Smashbox is really easy to get your hands on. They sell it at Ulta and at Sephora. The next one is the Michael Todd Powder Blush. This is the color Apricot. It's a nice peach color. Has a little bit of a sheen to it. I like this one in summertime because it's actually got a little bit of almost an orange base to it. So it kind of works great with that more tan skin. The cool thing about these two is they pop out and they have a little container you can put them in and kind of create your own palette. I have mine here. Yep, I do. I have one here that has a blush in it as well. So you can pop them out and put them in and just take that with you, like 2 eyeshadows and a blush, which is really kind of cool. But this is my favorite blush by them. But very nice pigmentation, stays well, very true to color. The next one is the L'Oreal True Match Barely Blushing is the color I have. This is a very nude color. I think they've even discontinued these. I'm not too keen on these. I don't think they have very good pigmentation and they don't stay very well. So for the money, yeah, you might get a big product and it might be inexpensive, but it's gonna go through it really, really fast because you need so much more to get it to look like what you want it to look like. Might just be the color I have too. Next one, this is the first blush I've had from this company, and this one I think is limited edition, really hard to find. Somebody told me that it came back in stock, which is really nice, but my stores haven't had it. And it is the Guerlain, and it is the new Spring Collection Series G blush. This is what it looks like. And this is just a gorgeous, this is a really, really bright color, but it's just beautiful when you blend them all together. This blush to me has great pigmentation. It is very expensive in comparison to others. So if you're looking for a blush out there just for a like starter or something different, I don't think I would start with this one because it is costly. I don't know how their regular ones are, but this one is very costly. So I wouldn't be suggesting that one. The next one is from Makeup Designery. I have a couple of these. This is the color Rose Petal. It's one of my favorite ones, and it looks super light on here, but it actually comes off very nice. They're very pigmented, and they have a really nice texture to them that goes on very easily on your skin. It needs very, very little product to use these. So it's a very nice one. Next one is the L'Oreal Feel Natural Light Softening Blush in the color Mauve. Marvelous Mauve, $2.89. And it's funny, I cracked this one. It doesn't look like much here. It's kind of like the Clinique blush, honestly. It doesn't look like much in the container, but it actually is a very, very pretty blush on and gives a nice radiance to you and just a great flush. I'm not sure if these are still around either. I've had this one for a while. The last one I'm going to talk about is Napoleon Paradis. I don't know if this is from the Target line or his full-time line. It's called Something Wild Powder Duo. I actually really like this blush. I think it's great for summertime. I use it all the time. It's a blush and a highlighter, and it just, when it's mixed together, it's beautiful, or you can use just the blush portion and then put the highlight over it. And it is a gorgeous blush. It comes with a little brush too. I don't think I've ever used the brush. Actually, it just kind of gets in the way, but it's a really, really pretty product, and it just is a great, for me, summertime blush, and I think the packaging is really cute. So those are all my blushes, my thoughts on them. Oh, and this is very pigmented as well, so you don't need much of it for that. So that's my thought on my blushes. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it gave you some good information and maybe helped you save some money, because even though a blush may be more expensive, it might last you way longer because of the fact that it's more pigmented. So I hope that information was helpful. If you have any additional questions, just let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day. Bye.